Missouri was the backdrop for the greatest movie of all time, The Outlaw Josie Wales. Soon to be the backdrop of the greatest TV show of all time, The Outlaw Kip Campbell. You think you can shoot all those deer down? No, Mr. Campbell. There is something in this country called animal rights. Well, Mr. Carpetbagger, we got something in this territory called a Missouri deer fry.
Shoot on the barn right here. I got him.
This week we're going to be hunting with possibly the most famous resident of Missouri, Randy Birdsong, and his life partner, former Mexican wrestler, Nate Jose.
Art thou ready for the battle royale?
'Tis a mere few minutes away. Now when the hunting gets tough, and it looks like you're not gonna make it, you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean.
Well, I'm mean as gravel, I'm poor as dirt. And I like things better the way they were. Well, I'm strong in the head, but I get things done. I spend too much money to have a little fun. Come on. Can you love me like I am? Can you love me, baby, like I am? Yeah.
You made it!
Sweetheart.
What's up, buddy?
How you doing, buddy?
Good to see you.
You know, I was really excited to be hunting in Missouri with Nate and Randy. Randy has managed this place. He's really excited about it. It's his home territory. This is a great place to deer hunt.
We should be hitting it about right, man. Usually right around Halloween, they're freaking rolling.
I gotta be honest with y'all, when you get a reputation for being a killer, it's pretty hard to get invited places. People are scared you're gonna kill all their deer.
You run hunts on it, or is it just you and
No, just us.
special clientele?
Yeah, special friends like Kip Campbell.
That shows right there that Randy Birdsong is a true sportsman. He wants to see his friends be successful. Kind of brings a tear to your eye a little bit.
All right, boys and girls. We're kicking off the rut here in southeast Missouri. It's November 2nd. We're hunting with my man Randy Birdsong from the Headhunters. Sitting on a little kill plot. Got big green fields behind us, big hay meadows. It's about to go down.
You, Captain Redlegs Terrell, and 5 men against Kip Campbell.
We're out here second evening in Missouri. It's a beautiful evening, beautiful morning this morning. The deer just are not moving right now for whatever reason.
It's a great time of year to be hunting Missouri. Late October, early November, but a lull can come at any point before the rut really gets kicked off, and man, it just seemed like the deer just weren't active.
All we've seen so far are young bucks, some does. We just need those mature bucks to start walking in front of us a little bit more.
Whether it's good hunting conditions or not, we got some really great guys in camp, and we knew we were going to have a good time.
I feel like today is the day. Because you know what? I can promise you, yesterday wasn't.
You got to be part of the battle. We were talking about the movie Role Models this morning. And it speaks of a medieval battle, LARPing, if you will. Kip knows.
Yep.
Art thou ready for the battle royale?
'Tis a mere few minutes away.
I don't know about you boys.
The hunting industry needs a TV show to come back and only talk as if it was medieval times.
He weepeth like a maiden.
If you see a big buck, Randy, do me a favor. Bring him to me.
Let's get rolling, you medieval LARPers. I ain't heard you talking a real voice all morning.
I will not leave this garage until you join and say one thing in battle voice.
Get to the truck.
Okay.
His thirst for blood grew.
It's just been dead. Randy said it's the worst he's ever seen it as far as deer movement this time of year.
You know, whitetail hunting's tough, man, and sometimes in the best place at the right time, you still don't see a big buck. And that's the way it was for us in camp. None of us, Nate, Randy, me, anybody in camp, saw a good buck that week. I got the deer right here, Paul. What deer is he talking about? There's no deer, he's crazy. We had to get on down the road. I had an Iowa bow tag that year, and I ended up killing a really nice buck. It was just a couple days away from the rut jumping off, and by the time we got to Iowa, it was prime time. But Randy kept on grinding out in Missouri. Later on in the season, had some pretty good luck.
I see the doe. Man, she's looking back hard to the right, Skid. Right here on the berm. Shoot her on the berm right here. I got him. Get on him. I ain't gonna mess around now. Come on, you can kill him whenever. You good right there? Yep, kill him. Here we go. That's that big 10. He's down right there. He's down right there. I think I just shot the best buck I've possibly ever shot in Missouri. And it has been a season. Home turf, baby. I just hammered him.
Yeah, it's funny, I never saw that stand.
There's a doe right there. Right there, coming out. Let's shoot her.
Get ready, little lady. Hell is coming to breakfast.
Yeah, baby. 2 white bellies in a food plot. That's what I'm talking about. I figured if we had to gut one, we may as well gut 2 of them.
You know, it's really cool to see a guy like Randy manage a place. You can tell he loves this land. This is where him and his family hunt. As you've seen in the week that we hunt in Missouri with him, hunting can be difficult, but things can always turn around. And it's really cool for somebody that hunts as hard as Randy and as good of a dude as Randy is to see their hard work and effort pay off.
I am thankful for this rascal right here. We're gonna get our tags punched up, and I think there's gonna be a celebration around the old skinning pole tonight.
Well, that first year in Missouri might not have worked out so good, but we're getting back after it this year, and we've even got a scouting report from our buddy T-Bone. That's Travis Turner, if you're talking about his government name. Old T-Bone went out to a place called Indian Hill with Mr. Joe Ogden. He said they might have a spike or two for you to shoot at.
All right, everybody, it's the first morning in Missouri. As it's cracking daylight, I've never seen this spot before, but it looks like a really good spot.
Well, we got up that morning and it was a crisp dawn, and we decided to try to track down a Boone and Crockett whitetail.
Coyote.
Here comes Wile E. Coyote and his partner. Looks like they're going to come in 45 yards for me to maybe get a shot at them. These coyotes were skirting us at about 45 yards. I could not get a shot at them. No matter what I did, could not get them to come. Deaf, I guess. I don't know what's wrong with them. So pretty crazy. 2 coyotes came by and then a third one. And he just happens to be deaf as well. Kiss mine. Midday, we got down out of the stand and decided to hang a new set of summits not too far from the creek bottom we had been hunting. This was a bean field. There was a ton of sign, rubs, scrapes everywhere. We were really looking forward to this evening's hunt.
The amount of sign on this place and the amount of good bucks back at the lodge on the wall, I'm pretty excited to be in Missouri right now.
I ain't got the blues anymore. No, I ain't got the blues anymore.
This deer wasn't exactly a shooter, but it's a good sign that deer like this are pushing does and are excited about chasing some stuff, because that means the big boys aren't too far behind. And all it takes is one hot doe in that area and it's going to be on fire.
Ain't that big enough? Man, that's awesome though. Look at him chasing those does. That'll get you fired up. There's a buck right here. 70 yards right here. Looks like a pretty good buck. Nice. He's young. That's a good deer.
This buck, I'd have been proud to shoot him as long as he was in my backyard and I didn't pay for a Missouri tag and travel all this way and was trying to make a national TV show and was hunting on a farm with a 140-inch standard or you get fined. Without all those stipulations, I probably would have shot this deer.
Coming right here. That's a good deer. He's just young.
Fortunately for this deer and unfortunately for me, there's a 140-inch minimum on this farm, and this deer is not quite old enough or big enough to shoot with my Hoyt right now.
Daggone it. I hate passing on bucks. He just wasn't old enough, man. That's what we wanted him to do, though. Made a mock scrape. The moon's full, so midday activity is actually pretty high probability.
This buck was actually a cool looking little 6-point. I've kind of got a thing for 6-points. I shoot a 6-point over a good 8 almost any day.
We rattled him in to 19 yards, man. Right there, it just needed to be a little bigger.
Watching the sun hit the bottom of the evening sky. Another day over and tomorrow in the by and by.
That next morning we hunted a completely new spot, and here's how it went. We got in the tree stand, the sun came up, we saw nothing, and went back to the lodge.
We ain't in a fairy tale. All I know is how to be gone.
Well, that's pretty much sums today up.
The hunt's just not going great. The deer activity, especially when you're talking about big bucks, is just not really jumping off right now, and that's just deer hunting, man. My man Joe, who is constantly trying to figure out where can I put these guys in front of the biggest bucks possible, he said, look, let's just scrap the deal. You were on one of the best farms that we have. The deer just aren't moving. Let's go like way down the road to this Hail Mary spot just off the wall and see what we can do.
Ooh, 2 good bucks. Yeah, both look like shooters. Dang, that's pretty.
All of a sudden, we see this pretty good 9-pointer cruising through the area looking for does. Well, this 9-pointer goes off chasing some does. This is a good sign, man. We're starting to see that next level of deer, the kind of deer that we want to shoot.
That's a little bit better deer.
I believe we have found the Players Club. Apparently there are a lot of hot does running around this area.
That's a shooter. He's a good deer.
We just need that right buck to come through chasing that doe in bow range.
If he hadn't been running Mach 5 through a thicket, I could have maybe tried to yell at him or something. But of course, on the last day, things are jumping off, man. That's to me a no-doubter. If he comes back here, we're going to ground check him if he runs through here.
So I get done rattling and calling a little bit, and not much is going on. I look over to my left, and I see this doe standing there at about 45 yards. I'm kind of thinking maybe I should shoot a doe for a consolation prize, because at least if I can't kill a trophy buck this week, I'll put some meat in the freezer, which is what I'm all about anyway. Right before I can get a shot at her, she kind of gets in our wind a little bit and takes off. I look back to the spot where she was standing, and there is a big old buck standing there.
Dude, there's a buck standing right there. That might be why she ran. There's a buck in bow range.
I mean, immediately, you bow hunters know what I'm talking about. You get that feeling where it's like, oh man, that's the one right there.
I think he's gonna be holding up. He's coming, man. He's coming right here.
This is a great buck. I mean, he's got my heart pounding. I'm so excited. This deer is coming right to the tree that we're sitting in.
Yes, baby. That was him. Oh, man.
Quartering away, the old G5 dead meat just heart shoots him, and he's not going far.
I'm pretty sure he smoked.
Man, I'm freaking out. It's been a week of really hard hunting. We haven't seen big bucks. On the last morning, the big buck comes out. It looks like the arrow hits him in the middle of his body, but actually, I heart shot this deer. He is quartering away enough, and that's right where you want to put the arrow in that situation.
That's a stud. I mean, he's a great deer.
When I get to liking some deer, they're not around long. I notice when you get to disliking some deer, they ain't around long either.
Dude, there's blood everywhere.
Well, I called up old Joe, man, and we got on the blood trail. He came out with the Ranger, and the blood trail is an understatement to say that it was not hard to follow.
G5 meat missile, baby. Good gracious, that's a stud, man.
Oh yeah, smells trash, man.
That is a stud deer, man.
You about almost didn't fall.
Less than 100 yards, right when he got over the dip of this hill. I heard something crash right here, and then I heard that big bellow. There's my arrow. Look at that. Oh yeah, look where that thing broke off.
Hey, you got plenty penetration.
Yes, sir.
You could have hit him any
I
better.
couldn't have hit him better if I tried. Oh, thank you, Lord. That was awesome, man.
Hey, if you go to my place, you better get in my truck.
I don't like him, but he's got a point. That's awesome, bro. Appreciate it, man.
Congratulations.
That's a killer deer.
Good deer. Perfect deer, man.
That's a great deer.
It was so cool to be there with Joe and see his excitement about this. This was an old deer. I think it had like 15 or 16 scoreable points. In fact, hang on, just bear with me because I have it right here. I own it now because it's mine. Let's count them out together, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 scoreable points, ladies and gentlemen, on an old deer with great mass. Just incredible buck, and I was proud to have him in Missouri on my first successful Missouri hunt out at Indian Hill, man. Got to give a big thanks to Joe Ogden. We had just such a great time. Can't wait to come back here next year and try to shoot another big Missouri buck. Whooped him again, didn't we, Josie? Whooped him again, boy. Well, boys and girls, it was fun, as always, on the Red Arrow Show this week. Don't forget to stop by the gift shop, a.k.a. the Red Arrow online store. Pick you up some Red Arrow swag that tells people I'm keeping my guns, and I don't care what you think about me killing animals. We'll see y'all next week.